Hunter the Parenting is a free YouTube series made by Bruva Alphabusa, the same guys that made What If Emperor Had Text-to-Speech Device. The series are comedic gold, both of them.
You're not throwing my son into a fire.
And while TTS was more set around the humor, Hunter adds a lot of mystery.
You are a vampire wizard.
How would you know this?
Because the world of darkness, in which the entire series is set, has been in the making since the 80s. The humor, the stupidity, and brilliance of the writing intertwine themselves, which not only makes us guess what is a horse, but also laugh, because we know that this is play on Horus, one of the Emperor's sons. Aside of Horus, the main cast is built with Dor, Marcus, Kitten, Boy, and many other characters that do not find themselves in the Text-to-Speech and Device series. Still, it is established that Big D, who is the modern Big E, has a lot of sons, and if one of them is a horse, then I dare to ask a question. What are the others? Well, today I'm going to find the answer, or at least propose one. Because while Bruva Alphabusa has a bit of chaotic set of rules around their writing, they can be distilled to strong enough absinthe to get us to the point. Here I have 10 out of 19 Primarchs that exist, about which I have some ideas how they would function, the world of darkness, and especially when it's set in UK in 2006. So, why don't we start? Here are 10 out of 19 Primarchs, as an quote-unquote normal sons of Big D. Lion L. Johnson. He will have something to do with fencing. There are two ideas that I have about him. First one, that he is a lion puppet that Big D used to train fencing. Second one is that his name is Liam Johnson and he is from Canada. Or at least that he would be a British spy in Canada. And maybe a nephew of one of the ex-Prime Ministers of UK, Vulcan. For Vulcan, I have a plan to make him a YouTuber, or at least proto-YouTuber, since 2006 and 2007 were the age of a group like Smosh, which we can and we should see, at least for the sake of the argument, as proto-YouTubers. Why this and not something else? Because of two things. First one is a gag from the series that were not meant to be. It's And my stupid idea is that Vulcan lives would be a sentence that would appear every time that Vulcan would make live stream. I know that in 2006 and 2007 it would be difficult to make a live stream, but in the years that would appear later, I think it can be quite realistic for that to happen. Also, he could be working for media and carry his camera everywhere, in a way that he would carry a hammer. But honestly, for that to make any sense, for that to happen, he should appear in 2011, 2012, where it was more common to see and recognize YouTubers and live streamers. Gilliman. First of all, his name is Roman and I do not care that anyone has plans for any other name. Second of all, he has a restaurant. This restaurant is a play on the names of McDonald's and McRag. It can be named McRamen or something. About this restaurant, he is the manager and he is great. He also has at least 3 of his workers, where all of them are exports from the TTS series. You know, the Ultramarine exports, like Marneus Calgar. That could be the main chef of the kitchen. And of course, Cato Sicarius. That could be the worker of the month, every month. Conrad Kurtz. He is an ex-cop that is now a vigilante that runs around Birmingham. And of course, as a Birmingham Batman, he has a beef with Birmingham Joker, who this time is the librarian, Lorgar Aurelius. Out of all possible factions that there are in World of Darkness, I believe that Lorgar would actually be the emissary of one of the better established ones, at least in the video game genre. His name would be Logan, and he would be a warrior of a true faith that would work for the Society of Saint Leopold, the same one that appeared in Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines from 2004. I like this idea because, in difference to Warhammer 40k, this would actually make Lorgar fun character. And now everything fun that is about him is that he gets his ass kicked and lately even harassed by Corvus Corax. Oh, and about Corvus Corax. There is this one job in the UK that I believe should go to Corvus Corax no matter what. And this job is taking care of crows in the Tower of London. And its name is a fucking Crowmaster.
Good.
Even if he would not be the type that would do it, he should be in training for that. Just like for Angron, there is no reason why he shouldn't be a Mexican luchador. In a manner of bad joke, our door could ask him if he took passport with him to get into the UK. I know it's a bad joke, but come on, isn't the door the kind of guy that would set a wall between him and Angron? Oh, about walls. Let's talk about breaking them. Perturabo. Perturabo would be called Peter Turbo, and he would be either a cascader or a leader of a motorcycle gang, Iron Riders. And his knowledge of biker culture would actually be the explanation why Big D knew about the gang of Shitbeard. Within the Arcanum, he would be the same kind of reject as D, but instead of how D was treated and his works, Peter Turbo would not leave any works behind him that they could burn, so they would just look into his direction whenever he would pass and throw their fist at him. Honestly, there is a lot of bad blood in this society. Oh, and when it comes to blood, sanguineous. I wanted to make a joke that horse is really sanguineous, not Horus. But the more I think about it, and the more I remember myself the audiologue about how Dee described the omens of being a ghoul, and how being a ghoul is bad and so on and so forth, the more I think that Sanguinius would be a ghoul, or an ex-ghoul. You know, blood, vampire, rage, animalistic rage to be exact. Honestly, he could be a theater kid, a true angel. I am willing to say that he would be the kind of guy that would take away Lorgar's blessing from the angels, you know, World of Darkness angels, and that Lorgar would then be very evil about it. Also, self-sacrifice, because of course. The last one that I have any idea for is Fulgrim, and he would be introduced as a 100% Fae. Also, if that were the case, I ship him with Elise. So, that were my ideas. If you have your own, or the words of critique for my ideas, the comments belong to you. On the other hand, if you want to listen more, leave a like and subscribe, because the more may happen. So until you hear me again, thank you for watching.